In this video, I'm going to show you how to answer the question, tell me about yourself, with the unique answer that no one will be able to use but you. Now, when you answer, tell me about yourself, I want you to keep a couple of things in mind. First, I need you to be unique. I don't need you to sound like everyone else. That's so important. If everyone sounds the same, then how does the employer know that you're the best candidate for the job? So I'm going to show you how to create your own answer that's unique to you, that no one can actually use. And as you go through this process, you're going to feel more confident in your ability to answer any question, but specifically this question, tell me about yourself. So there's 4 key areas. And this is very basic, but if you get this, this is going to help you. And then I'll give you a sample after I go over this. So the very first thing you have to really come to grips with is on the interview, you're going to be nervous. Okay, just get over that. It's going to happen. So one of the ways you get over that hump of nervousness is when they ask you this question, you need to just quickly, okay, tell them, where did you work? How long did you work there? What was your job title? And a brief description of what you did. So now I know you're saying right now, wait a minute, they have my resume. Don't they already know this? Yes, they know this, but here's the thing. You're nervous, right? So you need to break the ice. This is not about sounding smart. This is letting the interviewer know, I know what's on my resume. So you can recap the last 3 jobs. Okay, where did you work? How long did you work there? What was your job title? And a brief description of what you did. Real simple. So now you're thinking, well, how is that going to help me answer this question, Sean? This doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. And as you read this example with me, I'm going to break it down. Read it, break it down. So it says, I worked at the Gap for 3 years as a stock clerk and organized the back office, which helped the company to increase sales by 20% within 60 days. And I maintained that for 2.5 years. So now you're looking, okay, interesting. What did we do? Let's break this down step by step, because this is how you're going to create your unique answer. I worked at the Gap for 3 years. So I'm telling you where I worked, and I'm telling you how long I worked there. I'm telling you my job title as a stock clerk. Then I'm giving you a summary of what I did on that job. Specifically, what did I accomplish? What's an achievement? How did I make a difference as me being a stock clerk? And so I organized the back area, and as a result of that, it helped the company to increase sales by 20%. Within 60 days. And I maintained that for 2.5 years. So now you're thinking, wait a minute, that's all there is to this? Yes, but look at what we did with this answer. We quantified. We used numbers. The number 3 instead of the word 3. Okay? Increased sales by how much? 20%. How soon? Within 60 days. For how long? 2.5 years. So now you're thinking, wait a minute, Sean, how do I get these numbers? You pay attention to how you make a difference. You look back and you evaluate. Let me give you a simple example. I had someone work in childcare, and they didn't know how to quantify what they did. I said, look, here's how you quantify what you do. How many kids did you have every day? She said 20. I said, okay, how many meals did you have to prepare each day? She said, oh my God, there was actually 2 meals and a snack. I said, okay, so 20 times 3 is 60, right? Okay. She was like, wait a minute. I said, yeah, 40 meals and 20 snacks. She said, yeah, you're right. I said, okay. I said, how many parents did you have to deal with all the time? She said, it depends. She said, it can be 20, sometimes 25, 30, depending, because sometimes they come at the same time. I said, okay, you just quantify everything you did. How many staff did you have working with you? She said 2. I said, great. You just quantify what you did throughout the day. And she said, oh, that's easy. So now let's back up. And I want you to get this. When you answer this question, what I want you to do is I want you to now quantify what you've done. But it gets better. It gets better, right? Because this is unique to you. So your numbers are unique to you. Nobody can use it. But it gets better because now that you've answered this question and the way you answered it, you put the interviewer in a position where they have to ask you a question about what you said. So they can say, well, wait a minute. How did you do what you did? Like, how did you increase revenue by 20% within 60 days and it maintained for 2? How did you do that? So now you give them a sample of what you did. So if anybody worked in retail, you know the answer I'm about to give is true. Is you move the products that were selling to the front and those that were not selling towards the back. This helped to decrease the time that people had to look for the products that were selling, and you end up selling more of them because you don't have to search for it. It's right there as soon as you go into the stock. So that's how sales were increased. It's the same thing when you walk into a retail store and you have the best selling stuff in the front and the stuff that's not selling in the back. It's the same thing when you go to the store and you go and buy milk. They have the stuff with the date that's expiring sooner in the front and the date that's expiring later in the back. They're trying to get you to buy the stuff that's expiring so that they don't take a loss on it. Well, in retail, they want you to buy more. They want to sell you more. If it's something that's selling, you position it where you can sell more of it. Now, I need you to understand that in order for you to answer this question, tell me about yourself. Where did you work? How long did you work there? What was your job title? And give a brief example of what you accomplished in that role, and then be able to explain how you did it. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. So now we're going to get into the next question, which is, tell me what you have been doing since your last job, since you left school. You know, there's many reasons why they would ask you that question. And so we're going to get into that question next. That's the next video coming up. So you definitely want to check out that video. I'll see you there.